Kurumi gets a mouthful, Karane gets a cheekful, and yes, a national treasure has been discovered. Shizuka and Nano. The treasure that is Shizuka alone right there. But I absolutely love this episode. It's a nice all-rounder episode. We get a character introduction. You know, we go right into just some absolute shenanigans. We did skip a chapter, which I'm hoping they'll get back to. Because, yeah, I think at this point, we've pretty much introduced every single new girl in this season. At least the ones that were on the key art. I mean, they could totally rug pull and throw something else in there. Because I think in the first season, we technically had the maid in there. Maid was in there, but she wasn't actually brought in. And I think Hakari wasn't in the original key arts. But we'll see. We'll see. If they don't, I'm hoping that beyond this point in the next episodes, they'll actually just have some of the stuff that they've been skipping over this time. Because there's a bunch of little skits and whatnot mixed throughout there. I think they talked before about doing the long speech that Rentaro does at some point, which people apparently have never seen him do before. Like, some people are like, man, they could never pull that off. I'm like, they technically did it in the first season. But yes, there's like this little bit where Kurumi wants a French kiss. And the way that it resolves is hilarious. I don't want to spoil it. We'll wait until it comes around, but it was just way too funny. But this episode, focusing on this episode, I think the introduction of Meme was great. Definitely a cute character. Really definitely hits it for me. Like, I'm all for the cute, kind of shy, reserved type. And I would thought they were going to go like the whole ninja route. The idea that she was like from a family of ninjas, but they totally rug pulled me and went right into this idea of her just being a shonen basketball fan. So let's just jump into the episode proper like I typically do, opening up with, yes, apparently the girls want to get prettier. They're still fighting to get even more prettier for Rintaro. So he's got to work hard to match them. And so he's deciding to go on a 42, what do you say? A quick 42-kilometer run. That's a long distance, dude. But yes, bumping into Meme, who apparently doesn't like anybody seeing under her bangs. She likes her bangs grown really long. She's the type that wants to be the background character. I don't want anybody to notice me. The fact that he even knows who she is freaks her out. She's like, no, you're not supposed to know who I am. Can't not see you, girl. But yes, the wind gust. What? Like a hurricane winds come out of nowhere and start blowing her like crazy. Skirt flying up. All she cares about is her bangs. My bangs. And then, yes, like so out of nowhere, this massive sign just goes barreling towards her. I love the live cam. The entire time the live cam's coming in. And the damn freaking sign like transforms like it's some sort of like mecha or something like that. It just like purposely transforms to the point where it's super, super bullet strength. And of course, Rento saves her. I'm kind of surprised that we did not have an accidental grab. Tell me, comments, tell me you didn't think that his hand was going to be right on her chest. I mean, we kind of was already hinting at the idea that this chick she's stacked. So the assumption was that he was going to have an accidental grab. But I guess it's technically not something that we've ever really had in this series. I don't think I've ever actually thought about that. I think this writer has purposely made it to where Rintaro is not a lucky Lecher. He literally never falls on them accidentally and grabs them. He never has situations like that. I mean, they sort of joke about it a little bit with Kanane, I think, at times, but he's never had an accidental grab. He's never had an accidental face plant inside a crotch or something like that. It's those things are reserved to Kanane. Those things are reserved for Kanane and Hakari. It's never happened to Rintaro. So that was kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever thought about that. But yeah, he doesn't drop on that. So, but yeah, he gets a little glimpse of her. Shockies. I'm kind of surprised that we never got a face reveal of her. I'm guessing they'll probably keep that for later. I mean, they sort of joked the same thing with Mei, but they really quickly had her show her face. So yeah, I guess with this, they're going to hold that for later on. But yeah, it's when we find out that, yeah, she doesn't like to show herself. She likes to keep in the background, and she's surprised that he knows her. And then at some point, she gets super embarrassed because he says that she's cute, and she disappears and replaced by a little plushie. I really thought after this, when they got into the idea that he's trying to find her and she keeps disappearing, she knits him a little plush, which was super cute. I thought that was great. But he's trying to find her and she keeps disappearing. I thought that they were going to have him resolve the issue by essentially focusing on her. Because the idea is that she's using this in order to distract away from her, and then she disappears. And so I thought the whole idea here was that in order to essentially overcome it, which Rintaro would overcome it like unlike anybody else, he would be so focused on the idea of seeing her and not the toy that he would never fall for it. So it's kind of like, it feels like a missed opportunity to show Rintaro would be like super cool, but it just turns into a battle of attrition. Like it literally just turns into a battle of attrition. I'm just going to keep looking to the ends of the worlds for you. Doki doki. So in the end, he still does cool Rintaro thing, but I thought that was going to go in the route of him just being so dedicated to her, nothing will distract him. But no, we had a very rare moment in the Hana Girlfriend series right here. Rintaro goes into the classroom. Tell me the last time you've seen Rintaro in a classroom. I literally think the last time they were in an actual classroom setting during school, not like, you know, the lab or something like that for Kusuri. I think the last time they were in an actual class during school was probably Shizuka. I think Shizuka's episode was the last time we've seen them in class for regular school, which is kind of funny. So yeah, when I seen them all sitting there in their desk, I'm like, this feels weird. Oh, they're in class. Wow, this is crazy. Yeah, Karane, Hakari, and all them sitting there, and yes, bringing up the fact that she's apparently really, really cute. Her family members are really cute too, and yes, she's super stacked. The first thing Hakari thinks of is, oh yeah, I heard that she's at least G cup. G cup. G. She's like, shut up, dude. I love the two of them. But no, that's when Rintaro realizes that probably because of what she was sort of born into, that she feels very embarrassed and that she doesn't like the attention. That's why she hides. So he goes and finds her, apologizes. It ends up not being the case. I thought they were actually going to get into some... I mean, it still could. It could still be her backstory is the idea that she doesn't like that attention. Her family has that attention. She's from maybe two celebrities. She's the child of celebrities, and thus she has this innate beauty, and she doesn't like it. And so she doesn't want to have that attention, and so she's been hiding. They could get into that later on, but right here she's saying, no, that's not the case. I fell in love with you, but I'm not allowed to live. Every time that anybody sees me, I get embarrassed. I can't let anybody see my face. I can never have a relationship. Because of my shortcomings, because I have this personal issue, I can never have love. Break my heart. Girl, you're breaking my heart. There's this idea that I can never get over this, so it's never going to happen. I might as well just give up. I'm going to discard you and run away because this can never be. It kind of is similar to something like Nano. Nano it was kind of a similar thing where I have to focus on my studies. This is inefficient, so I can never have this thing. Disregard it. I'm going to go forward to this thing. But anyways, yeah, he says it's not going to happen. I'll chase you everywhere. Even if you disappear, I'll go chasing after you and find you. She reveals her secret that she loves shonen basketball. And that she used the distraction technique. It even still looked like a ninja character. I don't know if that specific character's from... I would assume that... Because she said the main character. I'm assuming the main character is all about distraction, which can be a case. I mean, basketball, you're going to misdirect people and then get around them. That's obviously going to be something there. I've never watched the show. I know, shame me. But I would assume that it's probably the case. But no, he says he likes her. She explodes, disappears, and then he had... like the stupid fake out. And this was the first girl that he was not able to save. Next episode is the last episode. He's like, no, not going to be the case. We're going to fight her. But yeah, he looks around for a little bit, and then he figures out that one place that she can watch him, but he can't see her, is behind her. I thought it was going to be a bathroom. It's behind him. So he just keeps turning around until eventually she gets tired, finds her. That was such a cute little shot, hiding behind the drapes, going over there, cornering her, and yeah, being the good Rintaro he is, he's never gonna give up on looking for her, and then she explodes. No, she actually explodes. She ran around so much her strap broke, and it just falls out. Yeah, Hakari has been defeated. KO on Hakari. She is no longer the biggest. She has been defeated, which I guess I should have seen coming because of Hakari was pushing so much on Kanane that she was so much bigger than her, and then she ends up getting defeated, and so it's like, yeah, you get what you deserve. But anyways, that turns into the whole icebreaker segment for the new introduction of the character. They bring her in. She keeps hiding behind Rintaro, which I think is super cute, by the way. Eventually, Hahari's they're talking about the fact that she keeps disappearing. So Hahari's like, then how could anybody see your pantsu? It's like, well, technically Rintaro got to see it, so apparently all you have to do is wait for a gust of wind, Hahari. So there you go. You get to see. But no, they do hide and seek. We get each of the girls kind of paired up doing their own thing. Iku and Mei was okay. I mean, it just kind of shows how, yes, Mei will go through suffering for her master, and Iku just likes suffering. So the two of them are suffering up there together. Kanane and Hakari, chef kiss. The two of them I continue to ship. Hakari and Kanane are just absolutely fantastic together. The thigh squeeze, the hair, all that kind of stuff. No, it's kind of a bummer because in the manga specifically, in the first shot, which they pretty much do like shot per shot, but it's just animated and whatnot. In the first shot, it's of course them like in the 6'9" position. And Kanane's got her hand and she's literally like gripping the bottom of her skirt. It looks pretty wrong, but they cut that. But no, Kanane's like, I don't like this, Baka. And then Hakari's just like losing it because the tickling sensation, everything. It's just, the two of them are just way too good. No, before they went in there, she's like, shut up, you hostile tsundere. And she's like, you horny seed garden. That's so wrong. It's so wrong. Then they go into lab and they find Kusuri and Mimimi. And apparently the two of them decide to hide under the counter and just fell asleep. I like how they bring about. She's just got she's got Kusuri in her arms. She's like, what the hell's wrong with our seniors? Like Kusuri just fell asleep because she's acting like a baby. And then over here, you have Mimi is like falling asleep because of beauty, taking a beauty nap. And then, yes, that's when we discover a national treasure. They're looking around the library. They find an extra room. There's nobody that would be able to know about this room except for Shizuka, obviously. They go into this secret little storage room where they find a big, massive empty box. And inside of it, they discover a national treasure. Yes, Shizuka and Nano in a box. They're doing the whole like lost cat thing, a lost puppy thing where you find on the side of the road. There's this cute little Shizuka and Nano just looking up. I mean, Shizuka alone is freaking adorable as hell. So Shizuka in a box, yes. But I don't know, Nano just worked. Nano has always been kind of like my neutral character. Like, I think that she's beautiful, but at the same time, I don't find her character that appealing. I do love how she plays off of Shizuka, for sure. I guess it's similar to the whole case with Kanane. Kanane, I absolutely adore. She's literally my favorite. And then you have Hakari, who I don't care so much about, but I love how Hakari plays off of Kanane. Shizuka and Nano is the same thing. I love Shizuka. I'm pretty much neutral with Nano, but the two of them together is fantastic. Anyways, that aside. So yes, national treasure found. And then we get Hakari and Kurumi. I've been expecting this for a long time. We sort of got a little bit of it with the whole My First Baby segment, but I've been kind of waiting for this moment for a while now, where you're going to have a joke played off of the idea of Kurumi wanting to consume something very big and bouncy and soft. It finally happened. Kurumi hiding down there with Hakari, and eventually just, I love how it has like her inner thought processes is it's struggling between two different things, and I love how they overlap the two comments together, so it's literally back and forth between like, I can't breathe, I'm scared, and then over here it's so soft, it looks like this, I want to taste it so bad, it looks tasty, no, I'm suffocating, I can't take it anymore, it's so soft, I want some. It was just a nice little way they kind of jump back and forth between the two vocals until eventually, yes, Hakari looks down like, huh? And then she's literally going at it. It's funny that she doesn't immediately go like, you know, attention down. Like it's not like the moment that the clamp down happens, she immediately gets that attention. Like she's like, I remember this sensation. What's going on? Oh, okay, Kurumi completely flips out. Of course, Hakari is just all about the idea of that. Like she just wants to just. Anyways. This girl's going to end up in the news at some point. Hakari's going to end up on the news at some point. You just know it. But yeah, they go to find Meme, and eventually they run into the vice principal. I really don't like the vice principal. She's way too freaking creepy. Eventually realizes that, yeah, there's a doll inside the box. Must have made a joke, or she said that she made a joke or pun and then disappeared. And then, yes, realizes that it's inside of her fro. That Meme is hiding inside of her fro. And at that point, the vice principal decides that it's time to go find some of the boys' Ponsu, and then runs off. Forget Hakari's like, maybe I should fire her. You should fire yourself too. But it was cute, yeah. It was basically the icebreaker. The idea, this is her kind of quirk, the idea that she disappears and runs away, and she might be anxious at the idea of others accepting her quirk. And Rentaro saves the day by having them sort of do this little hide and seek and show how cool she is at that thing, how that part of her is special. And that's what makes it kind of break the ice, and everybody accepts her, and it's cute. It's cute. But yes, because Hakari's great, she decided to slip in that they get a kiss, and so Meme gets a kiss, but too embarrassed for it, so Rentaro decides to sneak it in. I think it's super cute because she wanted the kiss. She said that she wants it, but she's too afraid that she's not going to be able to take it because she's going to get too embarrassed. So he has to sneak it in. He's got to sneak it in there. And then she disappears so freaking bad that she didn't even hear it disappear. I assume that Meme is going to be the character that's always going to be behind Rentaro, just constantly just kind of hovering behind him. And every scene you're going to see her like kind of slowly peeking out. But I really kind of wonder how her shtick will kind of play into everything, because her whole point is to not be there and to be hidden and not seen. And so I'm kind of curious how that's going to play off with the other characters, besides every now and then somebody is shocked because she says something behind them. I'm assuming at some point she's going to get comfortable enough that she's going to be able to hide around everybody. Like even if, you know, Kanane's out somewhere, Meme would be comfortable enough with Kanane that she'd be willing to kind of hide with her. And it'll probably be one of those things where every now and then she'll speak up and it'll freak somebody out. Like that's going to be her shtick, is just they didn't sense her presence and then suddenly she says something and then disappears. But yeah, solid episode. Really enjoyed it. 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really Love You. Fantastic as always. Looking forward to, how many episodes we got left? 3? No, two more episodes. We'll see how it goes from here. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below, comment, let me know the episode. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you like this content and want to support channel more. I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate it. Until next time, y'all take care.